Hello guys, in today's video we're gonna go over Faramore and why I think he isn't that great when it comes to Dream Realm currently. But however, I think he would be great before Endless Mode, and I think he would be great in Primal Lords, and I will actually give an example of this later on, where I jump onto my VN account and you can see him in Alpha Bear. And why he isn't great in Endless Mode is because he deals extra true damage based on HP loss. And we have a lot of characters who has really great charms this season, so he kind of falls off. Oh, I always used the wrong button there. And he kind of falls off because the only thing he's doing is basically boosting his own energy and increasing his ultimate damage for the rest of the fight, which is an issue because he deals more damage based on how much HP has been lost. And we also have a lot of like evasive Dream Realm bosses, because if we go into the Dream Realm right now, we haven't had a full rotation yet with Faramore, at least on global. So if we check out some stuff here, I believe there will be some issues with a decent amount of bosses. So we have the Elusia boss, for example, where she jumps back and forth so much, and actually having too many melee units in this fight actually ruined the fight. Let's actually go in and see. So if we just go into a replay here, and you will see the issue we have with too many melee units. So once Elusia jumps over here, you will see a lot of heroes. Faramore just standing still, not attacking. Now the Freyasto is standing still, not attacking anyone. And even the other Freyasto here is knocked back and isn't attacking as well, I believe. And now she jumps back and everyone is wasting time running back and forth. So this is why Faramore isn't great for Elusia, for example. And also they become silenced sometimes, so they can't cause their ultimate. And too many melee units, and also that Elusia also knocks back everyone who's standing back, so the range unit there isn't great either. So there's just too many units that is melee and doesn't jump away, and so on. And in Thalassa we had the issues with melees not being able to attack her, so Faramore being a melee unit and not having any range means he won't be able to attack. We then have Crystal Beetle that jumps up in the air and so on. And we already have so many other heroes who's great in Crystal Beetle, so it's hard to compete there as well. Like we already had Shakir, and his charm is also really great, and we have his Lupin Aura that boosts the heroes next to him, so he's boosting Freyasto and the twins. I can't remember which one of the twins he's boosting, but whoever is the melee unit. So he's really great there as well, and that's some of the issues Faramore has as well, because even though he can bless an adjacent allied hero, prioritizing the one who stands behind him, by the way, and he will increase the attack of both him and the hero he blesses, but that isn't very great when it comes to Endless either, because it doesn't do that much, and it also means you have this weird placement. So you have these weird formations where if you want to use someone like Sonya, for example, and you want to use Pesto, it's really weird because he kind of wants to be a damage dealer, and at the same time he also wants to be a buffer. So teaming up with heroes like Sonya is really strange, because that means if you, for example, wanted to... I'm just going to use Lil May as an example, because it also brings the faction bonus into consideration. So we now have where we need to place him off to the side, and he doesn't get buffed by Sonya. And he becomes this buffer instead, and it's really strange because we can't give him the benefits of increasing his attack as well. And then you would have to do something like this instead, but then the Lily May doesn't get the Sonya buffs. And I just feel like he's very awkward to place into your compositions a lot of the times. But with future releases, maybe that will change, but I just feel it's so awkward to place him in. And this is one of the issues he's dealing with right now. And also, like I mentioned earlier, his charms not being that amazing compared to other heroes is also a huge problem. I really wanted Faramore to be great, because, let's be honest, we haven't gotten that many heroes this season that's really great. So we already looked at Elusia, Thalassa, Crystal Beetle. Today in Orson, he isn't that great either, because I'm actually ranked number 1 for once. We have the same issue here, where we have really great charms on Ludovic, and we also have the Friesto going in, and if you're using Friesto, you want to buff both of them. So you want to buff both the real Friesto and his illusion. That's why Shakir is really great in this battle with his Lupinara, and he also buffs the twins, even though they don't deal a lot of damage here. It helps out. And Faramore have that issue where he can only buff one of them, and his true damage being based on lost HP as well creates an issue. I think the issue for Faramore with the bosses will just continue, because when it comes to Plague Creeper, it will all depends on how great his circle is, because his ultimate is based on a circle that deals more damage as well. And maybe he can nuke the Plague Creeper when they split into the summons, when they split into the small copies of Plague Creeper. Maybe it can be helpful there, but I have my doubts. But that means he would also just be someone that kills the summons, and that isn't really that great. And we then come to the Crazed Shellbrute as well, and I believe the teams in Shellbrute is just... yeah, we're buffing and having a lot of summon units, so... I don't know if this is the top team right now, but it's the team I placed the best with. So, once again, do you really want to remove Sonya? Because as you can see here, Sonya buffs 2 heroes. Do you really want to remove Sonya so he only buffs 1 hero? So it's really awkward to place in. And I don't think he's going to be placed in Shellbrute either. And we then get to Snowstomper, and I believe in Snowstomper he might be possible to place in. I don't know if he's a top performer though. But we will just have to wait and see, because the only testing we have that's been done yet on Snowstomper is actually on VN. And we need the global people to try it out as well. We then have Lone Gaze. And I think he might have some reliability in here, or viability. But I think he still has some of the bit of the issues that is with Elucia, where Lone Gaze jump back and forth, so he's gonna miss some of the fights. And it's also... and I don't know who he's gonna be the solo buffer on. And do you really want to replace Shakir? I guess you could put Faramore here and he buffs the Friesto. And that might be the damage difference. And since Faramore is he's a better damage dealer than Shakir, so maybe he can replace him that way if he deals a lot of damage at the same time. But I just think he's struggling a lot with Endless Mode. However, I think he can be a great hero when it comes to early Dream Realm in new seasons and also in Primal Lords. Because, once again, if we go back and read his abilities, that he deals extra true damage equal to 20% of their lost HP. This is gonna be great on Primal Lords, because they have a lot of HP, and maybe not the first day, but like the 3rd and 4th day, it's gonna pop off in Primal Lords. And also when it comes to Dream Realms, when we have a new season, I think he's gonna be really great there, because he's based on lost HP. But let me actually boot up VN, and we're gonna jump in there, and we're actually gonna check out some reasons to why I believe he's great in Primal Lord. Because even at low copies, I've actually managed to place a bit better in Primal Lord there. Even though I haven't gotten him up, I think he's at Legendary right now. Maybe Legendary Plus, I can't remember. So we still have a couple of days left before Alpha Bear will go down here on VN. But let's actually check him out here. Oh yeah, I have him at Legendary right now, and I probably won't be able to get him up any further than that. But as you can see here, he's dealing a lot of damage, even as Legendary here. And he also helps buff the Lilymay. And I'm putting kind of like this, because we still want the energy gain on Faramore, so he does his ultimate quicker, because you get energy gain from that real Friesto. Even with one pull from the rate up, so we got 8 copies and leveled them up a bit, he dealt a decent amount of damage already. And if you compare it to here, where I actually have my Odie at Supreme, Odie barely dealt any damage, even though I gave him energy gain and everything, and he has his exclusive weapon up as well, and even leveled up a bit. It's so strange to see like a hero just come in and all of a sudden just boosting your damage like this. And he's actually really great. Let's just see here. I'm actually just gonna go out and level up and make sure I have done all of this, so I don't miss out on any damage here. So we're just gonna go in and do some attempts here with Lost Days coming up here and having that levels up. So he's actually really great here, and this is why I think he have like future potential when it comes to Primal Lords as well. But we will only know when like the next season comes and we can try him out there, because it's really hard to judge how good he is with that true damage when we basically have no way of testing him against bosses, at least PvE wise. PvP wise, I don't know enough about Faramore to make a judgment call, to be honest. And there's probably other people out there that's been trying out and checking him out and how great he is in PvP. So I'll let just those people do that part. And I actually have a problem here with my Smokey dying, so I'm gonna try and put him to the side. But yeah, PvP wise, I think he has some viability, but you will have to check out another video for that, because my teams and so on isn't good enough to try out that stuff, and I know there's a lot of people done proper testing. If you want to jump into Japala, you can do that as well. I have actually a really good content there and a lot of knowledgeable players that can help you out. Oh man, Smokey still died there. That's not good. So I might have to look over that gear. But Faramore overall is really great here. He's actually boosting the Lily May damage a lot, even if you can't see it. And I think even if... just to try this out, we can actually do... let's do something like that. That should probably be fine. So let's just try out with a different buffer and see how this goes. So now I put in Sonya instead, and she actually boosts both the Lily May and the Freya's damage here. So let's see how this goes and if Lily May get close to that damage. But you also have to consider that Sonya is way higher in Ascension than my Faramore is on this account. Like, we were comparing a legendary unit with I believe she's Supreme right now, Sonya. So you have to take that into consideration. And we might actually get more damage here because we actually dealt less damage in the beginning. I know this sounds crazy, but that's actually how Primal Lords work. That the more damage you deal to them, the more damage they deal. And Lily May actually dealt about the same damage, but we also lost all that damage that the Faramore himself contributed to the fight. So if we can see here, he dealt 4.7 and Sonya only dealt 0.8. And I'm talking in billions here, because it's a lot easier. So I actually think that Faramore has a place in the game, but I don't think he's that late game hero when it comes to PvE. But I think he's that early season hero that can boost your progress by just buffing and being able to be a damage dealer. PvP wise, I'm a bit unknowledgeable. I haven't checked out a lot of content either because I want to make my own judgment on heroes before I go and check out other people's content. I think just that brings a new aspect to the conversations than me coming in with having all my thoughts and ideas already set on the hero, depending on what other people have told me or what I've seen. So these valuations is basically me going through the hero and what I think is great. And you should always check out other sources about heroes as well, so you get a better idea on how great the hero is, because I can be wrong, someone else can be wrong, so make sure you have multiple sources before you consider doing a pull. If you're starting playing right now, I think you can get 1 copy from here because you get 8. So I think you can do that and still be happy about it. If you are like a mid-game player, it's kind of hard to justify him right now, I believe, from what I've seen. But that's up to you guys. I think he's kind of a skip, even though he might have future potential. But if you're saving up your normal and epic letters, you will be able to just put him in the wishlist later on and get him that way. But as always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.